Okay, injury front. Sed has a concussion, so he'll be in the protocol. That was a unbelievable atmosphere for a football game. Our fans were unbelievable, maybe believable, just how incredible they were from the jump. And then the snow globe. It's a special night for our fans, and I think they deserve it. This team, we talk about being resilient, and sometimes you have to show it. And I thought they showed it tonight. Fought like crazy against a good football team, leading in the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden down in the fourth quarter, 19-8, throw an interception, get a 3-and-out, have a great rush on punt return, force a bad punt, get the ball, score, 50 seconds left. So just complimentary football when we need it the most, and just proud of those guys. So with that, I'll take any questions.
Kevin, I know prior to this game, you said that Nick was probably just treating it like any other game, and I know he said that as well. But what did it mean for him to be able to score the game-winning touchdown, score 2 touchdowns, play as well as he did, coming back in this game?
I don't think it meant anything other than he wants to do everything in his power to help this football team win. That Nick Chubb's he is the consummate teammate. He's the best I've been around in that regard, and he wants to help this team win.
Kevin, a couple of turnovers there, but how about Jameis Winston? Doesn't play a lot of snow games. What do you think of him?
Yeah, that's probably true. I thought Jameis was good. Obviously, the play there to Jerry at the end, that's big time. Had another fourth down, I think, to Jerry before that. So we're really proud of how he played and fought.
Kevin Miles had another huge first half. Just what did you see out of him and the impact that first half had?
Yeah, the first half, I think what you'll see and why the impact wasn't there in the second half for both teams was the footing was really hard to rush the passer. But I thought, he knew this matchup. He knew that we needed him. We needed the big guy, and he certainly came through.
How about Jerry Jeudy just coming up time and time again in this game?
Yeah, Jerry was really good. He's early on. I felt like he was going to have some opportunities. Then the conditions became a bit of a challenge, and then you're there and you need him in the fourth, and he came through.
Along those lines, like when you guys bring in Jerry, obviously there's a lot of excitement about the electric plays, the downfield plays, but just some of those tough catches. Like, is that maybe something that you've learned about him?
Yeah, I thought that was that's a really good point, Daniel. Like early in that. Maybe it was the third drive, he caught an in cut with, I think, 24 was all over him, draped all over him, and was strong through the catch. And that's really good to see from Jerry because we know he can wiggle open, he can run away from people, but when you can make those contested catches, you become a very difficult guy to cover for the defense.
You mentioned the fans, but did the team draw energy from the snow?
I don't know. I think the team draws energy from night games, and then just the way. I mean, it was. I don't know what it looked like on TV, but it was unique to just see it. I stopped looking at the pictures on the sideline just because you couldn't tell. But yeah, our guys love playing under the lights. They love playing in front of these fans. Add the snow element. It was pretty cool.
Just what an impact did it have? You mentioned the footing for the pass rushers, but it looked like the Jameis interception, maybe it slid. Like, could you see that happening a lot?
Yeah, and that's the challenge of these games. We talked about it all week, what the conditions may be, and how that may adjust some of what we were doing. I think it changes your scheme a little bit and what you're trying to accomplish because the footing is really challenging. It's really challenging for the defense because they're the ones that are reacting.
Going back to Jameis for a second, but what did you see in his decision-making on his touchdown, just being able to just kind of see that hole and get to the end zone?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good play by Jameis. Sometimes you're on the headset and you're telling him, hey, throw it here, run here, and he's just we trust him to just go make those plays, and he's a good athlete. There are a couple times where he's moving in the pocket. He found some guys as he climbed in the pocket, so he's doing a nice job.
How about it looked like he busted his helmet, leaping into the end zone, and did that add a little bit of a?
I guess, yeah. I think he lost maybe the coach, the quarterback there for a second. He was having trouble hearing because I think that came dislodged. But that's an example of the guys on this team that they will do whatever it takes to win.
You mentioned the resilience, Kevin, and you know what the record is and blah blah blah. So, what did it show you, especially after giving up those 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter?
I mean, that's it. We talk about being a resilient football team. you can talk about it till you're blue in the face, but you have to show it. And I thought the guys showed it today.
Just defensively, that in that first half, especially being able to force the Steelers into those like 3-and-out situations, and what did you just see? Especially, did they come out with a like more of an edge in that first half?
I think guys were doing their job. I thought those fourth down stops were huge in this football game, and those are turnovers. I know they don't go down as turnovers, but for all intents and purposes, those are turnovers, and that was huge for our team.
Before the snow hit that first half, Conklin must have done a good job on Watt. He was non-existent in the first half. Did he do a good job?
He did. Yeah, I think Jack's a guy that has played well for us. We trust him. Watt's a great player. He's really a great player. He has our respect. He certainly gets our attention in these games, but Jack did a great job.
Is this team that showed up today and went out and won this game the team that you really kind of thought you had all season long and knew was in there?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you say all season long, Mary Kay, we're not so focused on what's come behind us. Really, our focus is on what's in front of us. We knew tonight was important. We knew it was AFC North. Throw out the records. It's going to be a battle. We knew it was. I told the team last night, be ready to win the game on the last play of the game, and that's just how the AFC North operates.
At what point on the last drive would you have considered trying to kick a field goal as opposed to?
Yeah, my mindset was that fourth and whatever the distance was. We would. I was not going to kick from back there. I don't think it's in those conditions, into the dog pound with that footing. You'd have to kick a really short field goal down there. Then ultimately, obviously, Nick scored, but that's where you'd consider kicking a field goal. I just think that was very challenging footing for a kicker.
Kevin, I hear you say that, you don't look back, you look through the game now, but isn't there just a great sense of relief after what you guys did tonight?
Winning, Jeff, is a great sense of anything. I mean, that's the emotion you want. I don't consider it relief. I know that locker room, what that sounds like, what that feels like after a win. That's the fun in this business.
It seemed like when we talked to Jameis during the week, he really understood what this rivalry was all about, how much he needed to go out there and give the best version of himself. Did you see that in him?
I did, and I know he hadn't played Pittsburgh, which is unique. I think Jameis understands this. Certainly understands our football team. It's very easy to understand this rivalry, how important these AFC North games. This one, because of the proximity of the two cities, we know how important it is. But he knew what a challenge it is when you're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's a good team for a reason. They're good on all three sides of the ball. We were gonna have to be at our best to get a win.
Kevin, going back to Nick for a second, that first touchdown was his 50th career touchdown. Just knowing what he's been through, obviously, in the last year, coming back and everything, just how impressive is it to see that how he's progressed since he came back?
Yeah, I've run out of superlatives for Nick, honestly, and he's my favorite player on the team. You can tell everybody else has said that. I have a favorite kid too. She's not here, but Nick does the right thing all the time, and to see what he's gone through to come back and put himself where he is, just to be back playing in the first place, and then to be back out there and performing like he's performing, scoring for this football team when we need him the most. He's a special player, but he's a great person.
Miles kind of poked the bear a little bit this week with the TJ Watt stuff, but maybe was there a method to his madness, because he certainly went out there and kind of backed it up?
I know Miles obviously loves the matchup of going against another great player. I know they don't face each other, but we'll just convince him he's got that matchup every week.
Good.
Okay, thanks, guys.